Hey guys, what's going on? Tom Oliver here. This is Rebel Pixels, channel all about empowering and empowering the DIY creator here on the web. And I got a few updates for you about stuff coming down the pipe for this channel, some changes, some tweaks, and some exciting new things for video topics. So let's get started. So probably the thing that I'm most excited about is I'm starting to get like a pretty good relationship with Huion, the guys who did the Intuos Pro alternative I reviewed a couple weeks ago. I got in touch with them again. They seem to really like the video. They posted it on their Facebook page. They retweeted it on their Twitter account. They seem to really like it, so I reached out to them because a lot of you guys asked in response to that video and into a post I made on Tumblr about a month ago about another product that Huion makes. It's the GT185, and it's a 19-inch 1080p Cintiq alternative. It's better, quote unquote, on paper than a Cintiq 13 HD because it's a 19-inch product with the exact same specs, the 2048 levels of pressure, 1080p display, IPS, all that goodness, hotkeys, which is a big thing because most Cintiq alternatives don't have hotkeys. So I messaged them, the same person I talked to about the DWH69, and I said, hey, a lot of the people watching my channel, Rebel Pixels, really like the DWH69. I have a couple people interested in actually picking one up. But a lot of people asked me over on Tumblr about this new product you guys have, the GT185. So is there any way I could get a hold of one of those for review? And keep in mind, the DWH69 was an $80 to $100 tablet. This is a $600 pen display. And they're like, sure, here's a coupon code, go get one from Amazon, and we'll send you one. So we're getting a GT185. So it's not gonna be coming in until probably the end of August. So still have a month before I even get it, and then I'm gonna spend a week or so with it to test it. Because one of the things I want to do is, because I'm doing my month with a MacBook, I want to kind of go back and look at it both on Windows, which is what I've tested mostly on this entire time with the last two things, the UC Logic SP1001 pen display I did, as well as the DWH69. But I want to test this one, the GT185, on both Windows and Mac OS. And Mac OS has always been kind of a weak point for these Cintiq alternatives, just because Mac is a smaller percentage of the market. But I'm really excited that I'm getting one of these as a review copy. They're just giving me one, which is pretty cool. So I feel all professional getting products for review. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. It's a product I've been interested in ever since I first heard about it a year ago. It just got released last month, and they're shipping me one so I can share my experience with you guys. And if you're in the market for a Cintiq, hopefully this is an alternative that'll not destroy your wallet as much. So I'm really excited about that. I'm going to put my all into that review and look forward to that probably in the middle of September. Another big thing is that Rebel Pixels on social media has expanded. As you guys are maybe aware, right now I'm on Tumblr, TommyOliverVlogs.tumblr.com, and on Twitter, Tommy Oliver Says on Twitter. The links are in the description. But I'm also adding a couple new things. Celicam, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. Celicam, he's one of my viewers who watches Rebel Pixels. He made a subreddit over on Reddit just for Rebel Pixels. So I'm not a huge Reddit user. I don't really know how it works because I'm stupid. But it's here. We should go check this out because like someone made us a subreddit. That's super cool. I'm a moderator on there. I try and check back every now and then. I should probably be posting more of my videos onto the subreddit. If you guys are Reddit users, you should definitely go thank Celicam for making it and try and be active. I really want to make it successful because he went out of his way, didn't have to do it, made us a subreddit, super cool. So Celicam, if you're watching, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. And I'm sorry that I've kind of not been there as much as I should be. It's just I don't know how to use Reddit. So that's why I didn't have one to begin with. So I'm gonna try going forward to kind of figure out the platform and be there more, and I'm gonna keep kind of mentioning it at the end of my videos that we have a Reddit and we should use it. So thank you very much, and you guys should definitely check it out. In addition, I also finally made it a Facebook page for Rebel Pixels. And I know Facebook's kind of like on the way out and people don't really care about Facebook. I don't really care about Facebook. I haven't used it since high school, but I made one because a lot of people have Facebook pages. I know a lot of people still use Facebook to some degree. Even if you're not a big Facebook user, I would personally ask if you could go there and like the page. The reason I'm asking is because the more likes I have, the more legitimate I look, and the easier it'll be to communicate with some of these other brands and get more stuff so I can make more reviews for you guys. So I'll be posting stuff over on the Facebook page, videos. I'll mirror most of the videos I post here on there. I'll post some updates maybe here and there for Sorcerer's Lost or whatever. I don't know. Again, I'm not a huge Facebook user either. My big social media is Tumblr and Twitter, which is why I actually already made those to begin with. But I'm going to try and get into these more because I know there's a lot of people that use these profiles and these platforms. So give it a like. It'll help me out, be able to kind of like negotiate brand deals and like getting product for review easier if I look more legitimate on these other platforms. So that would be awesome. And I hope to see you there. And lastly, Rebel Pixels is kind of on Instagram. I made an Instagram account, but it's kind of more a personal account for me that'll just be posting Rebel Pixels stuff on. I mainly made it because I wanted to take like work in progress shots of Sorcerous Lost, kind of like, oh, I finished sketching or I finished the inking and stuff like that. So I know some people are interested in looking at process, but some people I follow who use Instagram, they actually use it to post like quick 15-second videos. Like when there's a concept for a video that really doesn't deserve or warrant a whole kind of YouTube song and dance like I'm doing right now, they just post little quick snippets on Instagram via video, and then they bounce them to Twitter so you can see them on your Twitter feed too. So I thought that was pretty cool. There are a lot of kind of, videos I might do if they were more in depth. So I'm going to try experimenting with that as well as the work in progress stuff on Sorcerous Lost. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'll put that in the description. I'll put all of these in the description actually. So that'd be cool. Like I think I have like 2 followers on Instagram right now. So you could be one of the first followers of Rebel Pixels, aka my face on Instagram. Check it out. All right, moving on past social media stuff, another big update is that I'm changing the way the live events work here on this channel. For a little while, I was doing live events every Friday, and then I kind of fell off the bandwagon. I was doing like a Rebel broadcast, and then I was doing an art stream, and I did that, I think, for maybe like a month before it kind of sputtered out. And the reason I stopped is because I was talking to some of the people who watch the streams, and it seems like the big thing that people are interested in the Rebel broadcast, which is the podcast I do where I interview other artists and stuff like that, the only part they really cared about was Q&A. They just kind of talk amongst themselves in the chat until we opened up for Q&A at the end of the show and not really listen to what we were saying before then. And the majority of reviews would come in after the fact, once the show was already posted. So what I'm going to do is instead of doing a live podcast, I'm just going to do dedicated half-an-hour Q&As every other week. So if you have questions you want to ask me that maybe you're struggling with in terms of your creativity, or if you have questions for me about my workflow or my projects or anything like that, it'll be just basically live AMAs. So I'll be there on camera. You can ask me whatever in the chat, and I'll respond to them kind of as they come. Try not to take too long on questions so I can get through a bunch. But it'll be a half an hour long every other Friday. So I think that's the majority why the bulk of people showed up for those streams anyways, was to see the Q&A. So I'm just gonna cut to the chase and do the Q&A. If you would prefer, instead of doing live Q&A, to do scripted Q&A, so you send me questions and then like a couple weeks later I'll compile the best ones and answer them edited, I can do that too, but I figured the live thing sounds like what people are really interested in, the like live interaction, because I appreciate that. I like having live interaction with you guys. Because that's the only format I can do that. I mean, we talk in comments and stuff like that. That's not live. There's still a delay. This is like, question, answer instantly. So I figured that's probably what you guys prefer. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I think I'm on the right track with that. So Q&As every other week. The Rebel broadcast is not going to die. It's just going to become not live. So I'm going to do recordings of them whenever. Then I'm going to edit them. So I'm going to edit out a lot of the dead space. So they'll be shorter. Hopefully they'll be around an hour instead of an hour and change. And I'll post them whenever I can, because editing, all that is going to take forever. So I'm already doing a bunch of videos a week. I'm already trying to work on Sorcerous Lost. So I'm either going to try and hire a dedicated editor just to edit podcasts, or I'm just going to post them whenever. That way I don't have to try and find a guest who can come on at a certain time. I can just record whenever the guest has time and then just post it after the fact. So I think that's kind of the best of both worlds. People who want the podcast are going to get a better podcast because it's going to be edited, and the people who want the Q&A don't have to wait around. They're just going to get right into the Q&A. So I think it's a win for everybody, except for me, because I have to do more work. But yeah, I think that's going to work better. Another thing I want to know about the podcast is, would you guys prefer a video podcast where it's like us on camera and then I can add in visuals here and there to kind of help illustrate what I'm saying? Or would you prefer an audio-only podcast, which you can open up in a separate tab and just listen to while you're doing other things? Let me know in the comments below. I want to hear from you. So that's all I got for updates right now. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being a subscriber and continuing to watch this channel. My name is Tom Oliver, and this is Rebel Pixels, reminding you guys it might be indie. That doesn't mean that we're alone. I look forward to showing you guys all this new stuff. I'll catch you next week.